Because I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil.
You thought the game was over, but it's only just begun.
Welcome to the Land of Massacre, known as Safe. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. So here we go with the non-spoiler review of Saw 10 that I just am so excited to talk about very vaguely of just a few things. And obviously, there are things to talk about like Tobin Bell as John Kramer in this film, Amanda, the traps, the twist ending, or at least the ending in general, and post-credit scene. No spoilers. Obviously, a lot of excitement around the franchise with Tobin Bell reprising his role as John Kramer and him being the main focal point of this movie. No bait and switch, no lies about any of that. And I have to say this, Tobin Bell is the main feature of this film. I have never seen this many. This is the most that Tobin Bell has been in a Saw movie, and I believed it after watching it. What really impresses me about this film is the humanizing factor of John Kramer. There are some really emotional moments. There are parts where you're going to feel bad for John. There are parts where you're going to cheer for John. And then you're going to see parts that he's back to his old ways of what he wants to do towards these people in this game that's going on. Okay, the build up to that game that is being played in Mexico is awesome. A good amount of this movie, and not saying all of the movie, because there is character development here. This isn't an hour and 20-minute movie. This is an hour and 48, an hour and 50 minutes with the credits and stuff like that. So for a good amount of time, you're going to take your adventures with John Kramer, literally from how he deals with how he's trying to get this surgery, what he does to get it, and the moment where I just felt horrible in my heart for him, where I just literally wanted to cry, seeing John Kramer at his most vulnerable moment, when he finds out that these con artists did not do this miracle surgery on him, that it was all a scam. That moment, when you see it, it's going to be the most devastating, emotional. It really hit hard. This movie hit really hard in a lot of areas. Because I shed it. I almost shed a tear. It was close. I'm hoping your theater experience is great. Hopefully there's no people talking. It's very good. You got to really just watch it, and you have to be really in tune with it. John Kramer is the best part about this film, and I can't say it any more than that. Times where you'll see him happy, you'll see him sad, you'll see him very upset, you'll see him angry. You see almost every personality trait there, and that's what makes Tobin Bell to this franchise one of the best villains of all time. For this movie, not a villain, a protagonist, a hero. They make him to be the hero in this film, and damn, they did. I need to see this movie again because I just want to watch more Tobin Bell because he's the most important part here. And when you watch the other Saw films and then you go to this movie that's brand new, okay, it's only different in an aspect of they're not jumping from different movies. They're not jumping all over the place like they do in other Saw films. This is a straightforward beginning to end of the story. Okay, that's what makes it different. And glad that it's a longer film. The performance is just out of this world. It's probably the best performance in a Saw movie I have ever seen. We see the most vulnerable, the most determined, desperate John Kramer we have ever seen in a film, because a lot of these John Kramer moments, okay, and a lot of these other Saw movies are mostly flashbacks for certain parts and certain scenes, and we see, you know what I mean? But in this film, we see so much of it, and because we can keep concentrated with our brain on him, from him being the most vulnerable, desperate, and really trying to better himself and better his own life is just extraordinary. And I think I wanted to cry so much more. Like I want to give Tobin, I want to give John Kramer a hug. That's how serious it was for me. So happy about it. So that's my take on Tobin Bell playing John Kramer / Jigsaw in this film. It was so heartwarming and just so, at the end of it all for John, I felt good in my heart at the end of this. Second thing is Amanda, okay? We know from Saw 1 to Saw 2, this is where Amanda is at her high point this is where she's at her high point of her career, or of her, her apprenticeship with John Kramer, and is totally loyal to him at this time. And you're going to get Amanda in a different ways, okay? Amanda is a firecracker, okay? She could be mean. She could be frightening. And Shawnee Smith gives it her all in this film. Gives it her all. She did a fantastic job. And I think when it involves Tobin Bell as John Kramer in this movie, the relationship between John and Amanda, a couple emotional moments that Amanda and John Kramer have in this film are so, God, it killed me. It was probably one of the most emotional scenes I've seen between those two characters. See, that was just so heartwarming. It really was. I'm not trying to get in detail with it because you have to really see it and you have to really feel it inside. Obviously, Amanda knows that John is sick. Okay, that's no secret in this film. She knows. They're very close at this time, and the moments they share together, whether it's during this game or it's when they have these one-on-one talks with each other, it's one of the most warming things I've ever seen. I know I'm saying the same words over and over again, but I'm just trying not to give it all away right now. And I think it's amazing. I think Shawnee Smith, you see every personality of Shawnee Smith's Amanda's character in this film. Okay, she is older. Okay, so I get it. This is a couple decades later that she's in a Saw film, so there's an age difference here. Okay, and I think she still looks amazing. It really didn't bother me at all. So I thought, she looked great, and she was fantastic. So I thought that was cool. The traps in this movie. I would have to say the traps in this movie, are they the best of the franchise? Probably not. But it doesn't mean that they aren't effective. I think as a cringy, like the effect of trauma that it really depends on what they show camera angle wise, the sounds of these traps, the sounds of these people in the traps, and the effects that they use. There was some cringy, in a good way, cringy, disgusting noises from these traps, and man, they were good. They are simple traps, but they are effective, which we'll get into, obviously, more description of these traps and why they are connected to these fake doctors, to these people that were in the trap in this movie, okay, which is actually amazing. It went back to its roots. Brain surgery trap, Mateo is really good. I thought that was great. The eyeball trap was fantastic. That definitely creeped me out. Vanessa, her trap was probably the one that really, yikes. That one made me turn my head and squint one eye. Literally. Okay. It was really crazy. Some extra stuff did happen as well during these traps. One extra thing that I'm not going to talk about, but yikes, my God, somebody got destroyed in this movie. So that's all I really got to say about the traps in general. Like I said, I don't think, are they the best traps I've seen in the franchise? No, but this is the beginning of John, and you gotta remember, this is between Saw 1 and 2, so as John has been an engineer for so many years, the building of these traps definitely increase and get more brutal as the movies go on. Where this movie fits, it makes sense. Now, what about comedy? Is there comedy in here? Is there things that are funny in here? To be honest, there really wasn't much. I'd probably give it a half star just 1/2 star, just because there was probably one thing that everybody chuckled in the theater about. And everybody kind of laughed at it for like a quick second, which was actually really funny because it's really cool to see certain people say this. You'll see that it makes so much sense when you hear this little joke. That's no one tells a joke, but an answer about something, and you're gonna be like, oh man, that's actually really hilarious, you know. So you're gonna kind of chuckle at that a little bit. The twist ending, okay. Yes, there is a twist ending in this film. Like every Saw movie, there always is. This one in particular, I was waiting for it, and I was seeing what was going to happen. This movie is suspenseful, okay, at times. It really is. Maybe some fans won't make it suspenseful at times because you know who lives, who dies. You know the answers going into the other Saw films. So there is still a lot of suspense because the ending kind of gets kind of crazy where some things do turn around a little bit different. But then there is a big plan that has been all along behind it, and you're going to be a little surprised. I've read on Twitter, there are some fans that really like this ending. There are some fans that really hate the twist ending, that it made no sense, but I don't know why it doesn't. I'm going to give all the reasons in my spoiler review and why it does. For me, the twist ending to the ending itself, or at least the twist ending in general, I thought it was really clever and I thought it was really cool. Let's just say that Jigsaw goes out with a bang. Everyone's going to have a different opinion about it. For me, I absolutely loved it. Is it the best twist ending I've ever seen in the Saw franchise? It's definitely not. But I think connected to what the story is and how it flowed to this particular moment, and what things were involved in this moment, it killed it. It was great. Okay? I know I can't be specific on it, but like I said, you can compare it to a lot of the other Saw movies. Okay? You can compare it and be like, oh, yeah. But it was fantastic. I loved it. I need to go see this movie again because I have to see this twist ending again. I just got to watch it again, which I think is great. So, twist ending. The ending to this film, the end part result before the credits roll up, okay. I thought the ending was good. I thought it was happy. I thought it was a comfortable, sincere, heartfelt ending that made you feel really good inside, you know, like success. There was a big success in this movie by the end of it, for me at least. So can't really say much more because it would be giving it away, but that's how I felt. Post-credit scene. Oh my god. Oh my god. The post-credit scene that everybody was freaking out about, and now I know why. And holy crap. That's all I gotta say. I'm not gonna say what happens or if somebody shows up or multiple people show up, or it was holy shit. It was great. It's not a post credit as like after the entire credits. It's literally like a mid credit scene. So it's like 10 seconds into the credits, 10 to 15 seconds, not even that, and you're gonna get this immediately. So don't get up and walk out. Definitely stay for this because this is going to question things going forward with the Saw franchise. That is all I'm going to say about the post-credit scene. My theater kind of sat there and clapped a little bit, and I was like, holy crap, this is happening right now. And oh, it was great. It was great. It was just great. I can't say much. I want to say more, but I can't. And yeah, far the ratings for this film as I've been looking, even last night, I mean, I think Rotten Tomatoes, it's at 86% with like 40 something reviews right now. So, I mean, it's got like 86% from critics. It's got like I think it's 90% as of right now from audiences. I think this is, and just because if it's like not the first or the best Saw film ever, and to be honest with you, this thing is up there. It is up there like top 3, top 4 Saw films. I'm not even kidding. This thing, it's awesome. It killed it between Tobin Bell, Shawnee Smith, The actors and actresses that played as the, the people playing in this game were great. I had no issue with anybody. I actually really liked Pedersen, the blonde-haired chick. I actually liked her a lot. Because she's very important to this film, and they're all important. They're all, they're all in these traps, and, we saw from the trailer what happens, what they're in some of these traps. So, ratings-wise, I think it's doing really well. I think it already did over 2 million the first night, and I think this is going to make a lot. This is a $10 million budget. I mean, this is going to be very easy to go over. It was a 10 out of 10 for me. I'm sorry, but it is. And to have it as a top 4 Saw film right now, for myself, definitely it's up there. You feel differently about John than what you felt about, you know what I mean? It's going to be interesting that John Kramer is a human being at the end of the day that wants justice, and you're going to see the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows, oh man, it took my heart is crushed in a good way. Like you just want to give the guy a hug. That's how connected I felt to John Kramer and Tobin Bell. Jesus, man, like you need to be in more films. you need to be in more films. This is, you've been in a lot of Saw films, and I gotta say, man, he put on, him and Shawnee Smith were just perfect. We'll have the spoiler review out probably most likely Tuesday morning. I'll have the spoiler review out. I want to give people a few days to see it. I don't want to come out and be like where the video comes out. So you'll know when that video does come out. And I hope you guys enjoy, because it's a really good ride. And I think if you're an OG Saw fan, you're going to love this. And if you're a new Saw fan, I think you're still going to enjoy it. And hopefully we'll see the other films as well to see how everything does connect. And I thought this was connected perfectly in between Saw 1 and 2, and how this whole thing looked was fantastic. Camera angle, cinematography, you name it, it was perfect. Felt like we were back in 2004 all over again, So you guys have a great day, and do your thing. Go see the movie. You will enjoy it. And I'm out. Keep running. Peace out.